Not only are the RAV4 and CX-5 two of the best SUVs money can buy, but they also represent their brand's best sellers. So when it came time for all new models, Toyota and Mazda pulled out all the stops to make sure their product remains on the top of their game. But which one deserves your hard-earned cash? Well, by the end of this video, I'll make sure you know which one is the best choice for you. So without any further ado, let's jump right in. Starting with the CX-5, well, it's a Mazda, and no one is better at making something that's sporty, aggressive, yet elegant at the same time. The new CX-5's platform makes for completely different proportions to those of the RAV4. The front end mixes Mazda's current shield grille with slimmer headlights, standing in contrast to Toyota's squared-off look. It's just more attractive to look at. From the side, a lower hood and short front overhang in addition to an extra 4 inches in overall length give it a more imposing stance, while the wheelbase's 5-inch growth adds more space inside, which we will talk about later. Tasteful amounts of glass-back accents anchor the greenhouse and wheel arches. Out back, and this is my favorite angle, the taillights are the biggest departure from the current Mazda styling. Instead of the usual circular theme, the lighting elements are slim and stretched toward the middle, where the brand's name is actually spelled out this time. The bumper is painted in gloss black with 2 real exhausts, rounding out a really handsome design. As for the RAV4, it shares nothing with the old model except for its dimensions. The new front end has 3 different looks that swap out different grille designs, and the core model is my favorite here with a color-matching grille, giving it a more upscale look. From the side, it's far more boxy than the CX-5, with a massive Y-shaped crease running across both doors, while the black piece of trim towards the bottom tries to disguise some of the visual mass of the profile. As for wheels, it comes standard at 17 inches, with 18s and 20s optional. Out back, it's the same story. Nothing of the old model remains. The new taillights look like something out of a Lexus. The RAV4 badging is front and center of the liftgate under a blacked-out Toyota logo, while the bumper is just a massive plastic piece mirroring a skid plate or diffuser depending on the model you choose. At least personally, the CX-5 is just a winner. I personally have yet to see a Mazda product that I don't like, not to say that the new RAV4 is ugly, but yeah, it's the Mazda that wins here. Jumping inside, the CX-5's cabin is completely new, but it's a mixed bag. Now, while the overall design is absolutely stunning, usability has taken a hit, especially compared to the RAV4. Leatherette is standard with real leather available on the Premium and Premium Plus trims. The low-wide dash has nice main panels that are upholstered and stitched. There are a few signs that Mazda tried to save money, however, in certain places, such as the center console being covered in plain black plastic, along with the upper door trim. Another negative change is the lack of climate controls, which now live on the center screen. Speaking of screens, another big change is the infotainment. It comes standard with a big 12.3-inch display matching the RAV4's optional display, while the Premium Plus trim comes with a massive 15.6 inches touchscreen. Both are bright and responsive, with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto capability that's wired on the entry-level trim and wireless on higher ones. The integrated HVAC controls on the screens are permanent to try and make up for the lack of physical controls. The 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster is standard and can display Google Maps when needed. The RAV4's cabin, on the other hand, is also completely new, with a few grade-specific touches to set each model apart. The Woodland, for example, uses hard-wearing materials with bronze accents throughout. The limited model is more premium with Toyota's excellent soft-tex faux leather, and the GR Sport, well, it's sporty with suede faux leather and sporty bucket seats. What doesn't change, however, is usability. The RAV4 has some of the best interior packaging in its segment. There are 2 large phone storage areas below the touchscreen, including one with a wireless charging pad, a third deep cubby underneath that, and a surprisingly spacious center console compartment. Even the passenger gets a small cubby space in the dashboard. As for infotainment, it's also all new. The RAV4's center touchscreen ranges from 10.5 inches in the base and Woodland models to a massive 12.9 inches in the Limited and GR Sport trims. The infotainment system loads up quickly, connected to wireless devices with ease, and is fairly simple to navigate. The 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster is standard and changes animations and color depending on the drive mode. Here is the takeaway. While they both have really good interiors, the RAV4's usability really makes a great case for function over form that the new CX-5 is going for. When it comes to passenger and cargo space, the CX-5's wheelbase is 5 inches longer than the old model, allowing for even more space inside. The front occupants have plenty of room length and height-wise. The second row, however, is where this new model shines. Legroom is now amongst the best in its class with a very comfortable bench. As for cargo space, it's again bigger than the previous model. Behind the second row, you get a good 34 cubic feet, fold and flat, and you get a really good 67 cubic feet. As for Toyota, the new RAV4 is smaller than the Mazda with a shorter wheelbase. Up front, there is similar room with plenty of space, and the new seats have more aggressive thigh and shoulder bolsters. The back seat space doesn't change over last year's model with plenty of head and legroom, though loses out on 2 inches of legroom compared to the new CX-5. Cargo space saw no change either, but it's still bigger than the Mazda's. You have 38 cubic feet available when the rear seats are up, or 70.4 with them folded flat. As far as pricing goes, the gas-only model is gone and the 2026 RAV4 Hybrid starts around $32,000. But the trim level to get is the XLE Premium, which combines a good mix of equipment. It includes newly redesigned 17-inch alloys, 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster, the 10.5-inch touchscreen, dual-zone climate control, and Toyota Safety Sense 4.0. As for the CX-5, the 2.5S is cheaper and starts around $29,900, but the trim level to get is the mid-range preferred trim. It comes with everything that the base and select models offer and adds 19-inch wheels, a power liftgate, a head-up display, heated steering on front seats, and 10-way power adjustable for the driver's seat. The bigger 15.6 infotainment display is exclusive to the top Premium Plus at $39,000. As you can see, the CX-5 offers more equipment for less money, but that's mainly due to the hybrid powertrain making the RAV4 that much more expensive. When it comes to on-road performance, the standard 187 horsepower 2.5-liter four-cylinder engine carries over to the new 2026 CX-5. Sadly, however, the more powerful turbo 2.5-liter is gone. There is also a CX-5 hybrid in the works that Mazda says will arrive in the 2027 model year. The first thing you notice when you hit the road is how quiet the CX-5 rides. At cruising speeds, the cabin is hushed and the ride feels reasonably sedate on most roads. Under acceleration, however, the 2.5 can get quite noisy. Ride quality, even on 19-inch wheels and low-profile rubber, is smooth and well-composed on all but the roughest roads. It's great for everyday driving, with better-tuned steering that feels more direct and nicely weighted. Every 2026 Toyota RAV4, on the other hand, is now electrified. The standard powertrain is a four-cylinder hybrid, producing 226 horsepower with front-wheel drive or 236 horsepower with all-wheel drive. The plug-in hybrid delivers up to 320 horsepower and, in the limited trim, offers up to 52 miles of electric-only range. If you've driven a Toyota hybrid before, you know this powertrain isn't flawless. Even with further tweaks for the RAV4, like a new rear motor for the all-wheel drive models, the powertrain still feels a bit rough. Steering across most trims is perfectly adequate for a compact SUV, but just like the previous model, this new RAV4 is still too loud. The engine is rumblier than many of its competitors, and road noise is noticeable across the lineup. When comparing the 2026 CX-5 and RAV4 side by side, you're essentially choosing between refinement and raw efficiency. The CX-5 prioritizes a premium atmosphere, offering a very quiet cabin and a well-composed ride, whereas the RAV4 is now exclusively electrified, trading that interior silence for a punchy fuel-sipping hybrid powertrain. On the road, the CX-5 rewards the driver with a composed ride and direct, nicely weighted steering, making it feel like a polished upgrade over its predecessor. So, which one should you choose? Well, if you want efficiency and power, the Toyota RAV4 is a clear winner. You can't argue with 236 horsepower and a massive 43 mpg. However, if you actually care about the driving experience, the Mazda CX-5 is the better choice. It's quieter, it handles better, and it feels more expensive than it is. While the Toyota gets the job done, the Mazda makes the job actually enjoyable, which makes it the winner here for me.